before the iPhone, before the App Store, before Steve Jobs came back. Apple built one of its biggest failures. A device so clunky, it was mocked by The Simpsons. But that failure, it planted the seed for the greatest tech comeback of all time. In 1993, Apple launched the Newton MessagePad, a digital assistant with a stylus, touchscreen, and handwriting recognition. It was the future, or it was supposed to be. The Newton was ambitious, maybe too ambitious. It cost $700, weighed like a brick, and its biggest feature? The handwriting recognition. Barely worked. Late-night TV had a field day. Even Doonesbury joked it couldn't tell the difference between lunch and punch. But hidden inside this bulky, buggy flop were revolutionary ideas. A portable OS, a stylus-based interface, wireless syncing, app-like programs. It was, in many ways, the prototype for the smartphone. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, he shut down the Newton project. Too expensive, too embarrassing. But the story didn't end there. The engineers who worked on Newton, people like Tony Fadell and John Rubinstein, later built the iPod and then the iPhone. In fact, some early iOS code was directly inspired by Newton OS. The dream of the Newton didn't die. It just evolved. Sometimes, your biggest failure becomes your foundation. The Newton didn't change the world, but it changed Apple. And a decade later, the company took everything it learned and launched the iPhone. Next time you tap on your screen, just remember, it all started with a failed product, a stylus, and a vision 10 years too early. Speech Balloon want to know how the iPod nearly didn't happen? Hit subscribe and I'll show you.